you being shy? You didn't want to see the people? We're on TV, lady. You can kind of see her under there. Maybe you'll come out in a little bit. How's that? You're okay. All right. Hello to folks who are joining us on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday here at Catskill Animal Sanctuary. Look at this grass. Look at how tall some of this grass is. It's fantastic. Lauren here with some of my beautiful bird friends. So my girl Lady is our official star of the afternoon. So she's hiding under there right now, though. You might hear little chirpies from her. Yeah? Oh, it's okay. And you'll see a few of my other lovely bird friends walking around in the background. And yeah, this grass has grown so fast that I had a hard time positioning the camera because the grass is so tall. I had to work right. But yeah, so it is a beautiful spring day. I hope the weather is nice wherever you are at. Definitely feel free to chime in the comments. Tell us where you're watching from. You're not going to step on her, are you? Sally, what you doing? That's Sally who has joined. There she is. That's Sally who has joined Lady under there. What you doing, little one? No, please don't peck her. Okay. She's poking around in there. So thank you so much for joining us today. Always a pleasure. So we are going to hang out with some of these birds here. Oh, we have someone. Barbara is from Seattle. Cool. Oh no, you're getting down for a little sit too. There we go. Oh, that's cute. Oh. You hear her little noises in there? Lady's little chirpies? I think she's not super interested in having her space shared. That Sally has come in there to also sit in there with her. But we're okay. Oh, we got Kentucky, we got Pennsylvania, excellent. I'm gonna point it out one more time. We'll probably point it out again. We have done all of these virtual programs, which have been fantastic. We love doing them. It's so fun to connect with you folks all over the world. But, I still have not gotten a person on a virtual program who's in Antarctica. Someone out there has to know someone in Antarctica who can request a virtual program. All right, I want to get all 7 continents there. We shall see. So anyway, yes. So sitting here with my gorgeous Lady, who we might have seen a few times on some of our virtual sanctuary programs. She is newer here at the sanctuary. She's only been here 4.5 months or so. And she is quite a character. I would love to be able to see your face a little bit, little one. Let me move this a little bit. There she is. Now I can see her a little bit better. How's that, little one? Oh, let me just... There we go. A little more horizontal. All right. Here she is. So she lives here in the garden house with... Again, a bunch of chickens, who are our Colorado girls, who we've met a number of times, the little chickens who came to us from Colorado about 2.5 years ago, as well as Imogen and Malika, who are also turkeys. And if we wanted to see where Imogen is, she is over there right now. What you doing, love? Just hanging out? Yeah, just hanging out. Okay. Well... She wasn't... Normally Imogen is our huggiest, I guess, turkey, but she wasn't really feeling it today. And that's totally fine. Sometimes you have days like that where it's like, you know what? I actually really don't want to interact with anyone right now. I'm cool. I just want my personal space. So Imogen's having one of those kinds of days, I guess. Hi. Oh, who's just joined us? Oh, Ohana has joined us. She's behind me. So yes, we have a beautiful flock of all girl birds in this particular field. There are, of course, boy turkeys and boy chickens who live in other parts of the sanctuary. Just in this particular field, it is all girls. What you doing? So, I wanted to check in with Lady, because like I said, we haven't really gotten a chance to hang out with her too much. Hi, Janine. And so, she's such a beautiful girl. We wanted to make sure that, we didn't forget about her, because we'd never hear the end of it if we did. She's very dramatic. But like I said, my girl's only been here a little over 4 months or so. She actually came in from a former staff member here at the sanctuary, Josh, our buildings and grounds guys, who one of the guys who left earlier this year to go have another opportunity somewhere else. So, hi Josh, we miss you. Lady probably misses you too, so you need to come visit. But my girl was living with Josh and his family, and they just kind of had some companion turkeys, and time kind of goes on, and the other turkeys had just passed away, and then there's like a big storm or something, and her lady's shelter was damaged. So seemed like a good time for Lady to find herself some new turkey friends, or chicken friends also. So here she is, and so she has been adjusting to the sanctuary life. Before she had lived with Josh and his family, so, only a few people, and, not really any other animals, compared to being here, where there are many more people and many more animals of a whole bunch of different species. So it was a bit of a change for my girl. And so she's still kind of adjusting. We tried her. No, don't eat my rings, please. Hello. Sorry, the little chicken's over here. Checking out my rings. Yeah, we've tried her in a couple different spots in the sanctuary because, we always want to make sure that our animal friends here are happy and living with those who they get along with and other animals who they like. So first we were like, okay, let's try her as an underfoot. So if you've been to the sanctuary before, you know that there's a number of animals who just kind of roam freely throughout the sanctuary. They do, of course, all have their own places to stay at night, so they're, protected in there. But during the day, they, she's having a little snack. You want a snack? Oh, that's cute. But yeah, during the day, they just kind of go around wherever, like the goats do that, the sheep do that, couple little pot-bellied pigs, and Michael the turkey, who if you've come and visited here, you may have given Michael a hug, and we were hoping that Michael and Lady would get along, and did not work out. Like they were fine separate, but if they saw each other, they'd kind of, find their way to each other, and then they'd get in a fight. So that didn't quite work out. I know, it's okay, I'm just saying Michael's name. Michael's not here. So that didn't really work out. So then we're like, alright, where else should we try? So we have a little, I call it the duplex. It's Declan's house. Declan is somehow the only boy turkey who's here. He's the one who's extremely showy and impressive and always, wants to show off to the lady turkeys, and also visitors. He's very handsome. And so we're like, okay, maybe Lady wants to live over there with Declan and his 3 other ladies who are lady turkeys who are over there already. So we tried that, and that didn't really work out either. So we were like, all right, let's move her in with the girls. Let's see how that works out. And it has worked out really well. I mean, Lady, as soon as she got moved into this field, she was like, all right, I'm in charge. I'm here. And then she just kind of put everyone in their places. Because birds can be really specific about, kind of who's ranked over who. So she showed up and she's just like, I'm the one in charge. So there's a little bit of that. But now everyone has settled in and everyone is doing quite well. Lady, has enjoyed hanging out with her friends here. Ooh, sorry, bug just flew up my eye. Yeah, I know. We're gonna try to get a better view of you. Yes, very bossy. I mean, as far as the turkeys in this field go, there's two others, Imogen and Malika, who now Imogen is, she's come out a little bit and she's now hanging out. It's a nice cool spot she's got right there. Malika must be inside because I don't see her out in the field. They're both a little bit older. They're both going to be 6 years old this year. Lady is about 4 years old, and I mean, for as much as we can see her in there, she does look very different from, like, Imogen and Malika. She is still a domestic type of turkey. It's just that she is a turkey who looks more like a wild turkey. So for those of you who have seen wild turkeys before, they do look a bit more like my girl here rather than like the big white ones. But she is still a domestic type of turkey. Yeah, and I want to see if we can get a little bit of a better look at you. Can we, are you going to get mad at me if I bring this over? We're going to flip this around. I'm going to try to angle the camera underneath. Hang on a second. As long as she doesn't get too mad at me. Hey, little one. Can we see you? Oh, there you are. Ooh, there we go. Sorry if the camera's at a little bit of a weird angle. But there's my girl. She's just hanging out. She's got her nice shade spot here. She's got some nice grass to eat. Ooh, let's move this down a little bit more. Yeah, we're still kind of annoyed. I will say she's not super... Oh, where are you going? Oh, are you going to come yell at me after I was just saying how nice you were? What you doing? What you doing? Oh no, look who I see in the reflection of the screen. Look who's appeared. She's made her grand entrance. It's Imogen! Where have you been, sweetheart? I'm surprised it took you this long. Well, I better sit down and pay attention to Imogen while I mention a few more things about Lady. So let's pop this back over here. There she is. We can kind of see her. That wood part there across the middle is not quite working for me right now. Oh, here she comes. Hi. Oh, Imogen just sneezed in my ear. That was gross. Imogen, you're supposed to sneeze into your elbow. Hello, gorgeous. Can you please not yell at the chickens? So you might notice that, we can't see you. You're too close. There you are. You might notice that my lady is looking a little scruffy right now. Like, she is gorgeous. I mean, look at the colors on her. She's got that, like, iridescent shimmer on a bunch of her feathers, right? Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh, and it's almost like we practiced this pose. Almost like we practiced it. But you might notice some of her feathers look a little scruffy. So she's got kind of this weird patch on her back. And then, I'll only show this briefly, lady. It's okay, so you don't have to be embarrassed. She's got no tail feathers! And she's fine. She is molting. So sometimes you see birds when they look really kind of sad and scruffy. And that's because they're going through a molt. And you'll see this in birds here at the sanctuary. You will also see it in wild birds too. And molting is a super, like, regular thing. It's totally normal for birds. They shed their feathers and they grow new ones. Because a feather, which... Oh, I had a feather with me. And I don't know where it went. Oh, no! Yes. I'll find him. Like a feather, once it grows in, it doesn't grow anymore, right? It gets to the size it needs to be, and then it stops growing. And it also doesn't get repaired or anything. So, you know, if you're a bird and you're doing your thing, your feathers get worn down a bit, just kind of in your day-to-day life. You know, maybe you get into a little scuffle with one of the other birds, and one of the feathers kind of breaks a little bit. Ooh, there's a nice preen. Or just over time, you know, they get a little worn down, the feathers. So the birds will regrow new ones so they can have it like a nice, clean, new set of feathers. It's just that in the process they do look a little funky because they'll have those little patchiness. And I mean, I don't think we can really see, but the new feathers come in kind of. It sort of looks like they're inside of a straw, kind of. Like there's a little tube thing that's called a sheath that they come out in. We can't really see that on her right now where she's going. But, oh, where are you going? You gonna go back into your little hidey spot? Yeah. She likes her little spot. And actually I remember where I left my feathers. So I'm gonna grab those one moment. Okay, I'm back. I had put them kind of right next to where Lady was, so I didn't want to bother her too much. So they do shed like all of the different feathers. So I'm gonna flip this back to me so you can see the feathers that I have. And also, Imogen is here, so let me just kind of scooch myself around this way. There we go. And my Imogen is here. Oop. There's my girl. Oh, where's your head? There you are. Oop. There we go. Oh. We'll let her come back around. So, I just picked these up off the ground. These would be feathers that Lady had shed. So it happens with all of their different feathers, whether it's a type like this, which, if you have a guess for like what this feather's function might be, it's very soft. Don't mind the stuff stuck in it. That's all those little shavings bits got stuck in it afterwards. So this one is very soft and very light. So we'll see, I don't know what that one might be for. This one kind of has a little bit of that light softness, but then it's much more stiff up here. So if you have a guess on what that one might be for, this one's the same kind of way. And then we've got like this nice big one, which has got tiny little fluffs on the bottom, but for the most part it's like pretty stiff. So let me know what you think, what each of those might be for, because birds do have an assortment of feathers for various reasons. So let me know what you think. Hello! Imogen's here. Imogen wants a hug. So yeah, the molting process. It is hi, yes, I know, I see you. Hi. The You okay? Did you trip a little bit? What's wrong? She, I think she was trying to get, actually, like, on my lap and, like, get her feet on my lap, but she didn't quite make it, so then she lost her balance, and it was all just kind of very dramatic. Oh my gosh, now all the chickens are here. Hi. Oh my gosh, I'm very popular now. Hi. We can't see you. Can we, I can't reach the camera. Can we, look at the chickens are here now. Hi, ladies. Hi. Oh, that's my knee. Can you not? Yeah, please. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Everyone can be on the TV. Yeah, you're okay. You're okay. Everyone can be on the TV. Oh, sweetheart. Poor Imogen gets jealous. How dare I pay attention to anyone other than Imogen? Ugh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm sorry. So, yeah, the molting process. It is kind of a lot for the birds can do. Because, you know, they have feathers all over their bodies. And the whole thing will get replaced, generally. Like, all of the feathers. And, you can tell when they're molting, because, I mean, they'll start to look kind of scruffy like that. But they'll also lose their feathers, like, symmetrically. So, like, on each half of their body, like, one feather on the wing on their right side will fall off. And then, like, the next day, the same feather on the same spot, but on the left wing will fall off. So you can tell that that's what's going on. That it's not like something like she's getting her feathers ripped out by another bird, because it's symmetrical. They're not, like, gross or anything. So it's all good. Let me pull this a little bit closer so I can see the chat better. Whoop! Pardon me. Oh, I'm sorry. Oops, hold on one second. I gotta fix the legs. I don't have Caden today, so you got kind of me with the awkward camera. So yeah, and they'll do it for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it will be to, like, full on change their feathers for display purposes. Like, for example, in seagulls. This is a really, really common one. Like, young seagulls and adult seagulls look totally different. I mean, in fact, a lot of birds look totally different when they're young versus when they're adults. Like, not just the size, but like the color of the feathers, the way they are. You know, the little babies will have more fluffy feathers. And so that way, you know, they can be warm in the nest and all kinds of stuff like that. But as they grow older, they don't need that anymore. So they'll molt their juvenile feathers out, and then their adult feathers will come in. You'll also see it in, for example, goldfinches are, I think, a really good example of this too. That the male goldfinch, during the winter time, you know, is just kind of drab looking, just kind of like a regular looking bird. Not that there's anything wrong with being a regular brown bird. But then when the springtime comes around again, they are gonna be like that, like neon highlighter yellow. But they have to molt off their winter brownish grayish feathers, and then the neon yellow ones will come in. And it does come in kind of patchy, so you can like tell when the guys are in the process of doing that. So they'll do it for those reasons. And then again, like I said, if their feathers are getting worn down, it'll just be kind of a maintenance thing. And I know we had a couple things in the chat here. Let me just scroll on back. Oh, yes, very soft. Very soft feathers. My little soft Imogen. Alright. Oh, so how long does the molting process take? So the answer is it depends on the type of bird. Generally, you're looking at a couple weeks, maybe, you know, up to a month or so, sometimes a couple of months. It will also depend a bit on, like, the age of the bird. They can struggle with it a bit more when they get older. But some birds take, like, actually years to do it because they change out the feathers very slowly. So, like, for example, pelicans, to do a full feather changeover actually takes multiple years because they have such enormous feathers on their wings that if they were to lose, like, a significant number of those at one time, they wouldn't be able to fly anymore. And if like pelicans can't fly anymore, then they can't eat, and you know that's not good. So for the most part, we're looking at weeks to months. But yeah, for some larger birds, it does take a bit longer. And they'll do it again depending on the type of bird. Once a year, sometimes more than once a year. Just kind of depends. Ooh, my camera's falling over again. Hold on a second, Imogen. I gotta fix that. Whoop. Oh, that's my hair. Yeah, it's my hair. Alright, cool. And as you might imagine, it is a little bit stressful. So that's also why my girl Lady is a little bit cranky lately. You know, again, she is adjusting to the sanctuary life here, but feathers are a lot, right? Her body made this one. And I don't think we had any guesses, but this, you know, with the big feathers like this are either going to be a tail feather or a wing feather. Whereas some of, like, these fluffier ones will be more like the internal ones that are closer to the skin, and that's nice and puffy and warm. Oh, you leaving me? Okay, bye. She got places to be. So, as you can imagine, making a whole new set of feathers takes a lot of energy because their body has to make this whole thing. And not just one of them, but actually I don't even know how many feathers like a turkey has. If anyone knows how many feathers a turkey has or like wants to look it up for me super quick, that'd be awesome. Thanks. But you have to make all of them, again, over a short period of time. So it like takes a lot of energy, like a lot of nutrients, in order to make that happen. So here at the sanctuary, when our girls, or well, when any of the birds are molting, we're gonna make sure that's like, okay, we want to keep an eye on like her, or any of the birds, like, this feather. I have a chicken friend. Ooh. We want to make sure that they're getting the right nutrition, because if like Lady is making the replacement for this feather, if she doesn't have enough good nutrition and like it doesn't get made right, well, now she's stuck with it. right? Because again, once it gets big enough, it's done. It doesn't grow, it doesn't fix itself, it doesn't do anything. So we want to make sure that they're nice and healthy, and that they're, warm enough, especially it's in the winter time, because if they lose, they lose their protective layer. If it's cold, if it's wet, that can be really dangerous for them. And I think someone just asked about if they're more vulnerable. Yeah, Veronica, if they're more physically vulnerable when they're molting. And yeah, they are. Whether that's, because if it gets cold, they don't have, their nice coat of feathers to keep them warm, and especially if it's wet. If you're like a duck and you're molting, if you're a duck and you've got all your feathers, you're pretty waterproof as it is. But when you're molting, then you're going to have like little gaps in your wetsuit there, and that doesn't sound any fun. I'm going to turn a little bit because everyone's over here now. I don't know how Lady feels about sharing her little hut here. But we seem like we're all getting along fine right now. And did I just see the number of feathers? Let's see. Did I see it somewhere? I know I did. Janine, thanks, Janine. Yeah, okay, so 3,500 feathers at maturity on a turkey. So yeah, if you have to replace all of those feathers over the course of like, a month-ish, a couple weeks, it takes a lot. It really does. And also, like, if they're a type of bird who flies, or a type of bird who relies on a really specific, like, camouflage pattern, and they're in the wild, that can also make things really more difficult. Like I mentioned about the pelican, if you lose a bunch of wing feathers, you're not going to be able to fly the same kind of way. So they are definitely extra vulnerable during that time. I mean, here we don't have to worry about the whole flying situation, really. But definitely if they're molting when it's colder, we're going to keep an eye on that. And then, maybe they have to go, like, at night into one of the offices, where they'll be warmer in there. So that way we can make sure that they're doing okay. And since I am solo today, I'm going to look at the time. Oh my goodness! We are running short on time. Lady, you're just so gorgeous, I just can't stop talking about you. Aww. I will say this, the color is probably a little hard to see just because she's in a shadow right now. But her little bumpy neck parts, her little caruncles and her wattles and stuff all down there. On a turkey, those actually change color depending on how the turkey feels. So right now, she's like a really like pinkish, like a light pink, almost a little bit gray color. Like on her neck here, which is actually the sign of like a really chill, relaxed kind of turkey. So even though she's still making a couple of little annoyed noises, like she's feeling pretty good right now. She's got her shade and, things to snack on, and then some just annoying children around. So I did want to point out where are you going? I did want to point out something about molting real quick here. Just fix the camera again. Whoop. Here she is. Here's my beautiful girl. Hello. So something about molting that you might hear about in like an agricultural or a farm setting is forced molting. So it's changing the bird's environment in order to force them to molt. Here they of course just molt whenever their body kind of sends that signal of like, hey, it's molting time. I feel like that needs to be set to the Power Rangers theme song about morphing time. I'm not going to do it right now, though. I don't have enough time. So the forced molting, though, that's going to be done by controlling mostly their food intake. And by controlling their food, this happens mostly on like egg farms with chickens. By controlling their food intake, I mean cutting it off for like 7 to 14 days to stress out their body enough that it forces them into a molt. And sometimes that includes withholding water for like a similar amount of time. And it can involve some adjustment of like the light levels inside as well. And that is for a reason. The reason being that when they are molting, they stop laying eggs. And same for wild birds. Like, they aren't going to molt while it's breeding or egg laying season, because again, the molt is just so stressful that then all the eggs would be just like, they wouldn't come out right. So the birds don't lay eggs when they're molting. So that like break that they get while they're, you know, starving to death, it stops them from laying eggs, and then that kind of gives their body like a rest from laying eggs, and then it'll come back and they'll just keep laying more at a higher rate. So it's this kind of gross way to force the birds to lay more eggs than is natural for their bodies. And it's, you know, like, it's one of those things that's banned in the European Union. It's legal in the US, though. So it is something that people are banning in various places. Hi. Hi. I love you. Hi. Uh-oh, she's getting mad at me now, though. You don't like what I'm talking about. She's turning a little more red on the neck. That's how I can tell she's getting a little more mad. I'm sorry, do you not like me talking about chickens starving to death? I don't really like talking about it either, but sometimes we have to talk about things that we don't like, because it's true. Yeah, because I mean, when that happens, when they go through the forced molt, then there's about a 1% increase in mortality in the chickens, which, you know, in terms of just percents with no value judgment on them or anything, 1% out of 100% is a small number, but I mean, each of those is a sweet little individual bird, and when you look at the scale of farms, that's like multiple thousands, maybe 10,000 or sometimes 20,000 birds per like farm where that happens. But that is one of those things that goes on behind the closed door of farms. So it is just another one of those things to be aware of, especially with eggs, unfortunately. Why did I just get forgotten about? I think they're telling me my time is up. But, you know, as we know here at the sanctuary, we don't need eggs. We don't need to have eggs. If you want to have breakfast, there's all kinds of breakfast foods that you can make that don't involve eggs at all. Or if you want to bake stuff in particular, I'm a fan of using flax seeds in the place of eggs for baking. And if you want to learn more about cooking stuff, I got to wrap us up with a couple plugs now. Cooking classes! Next one is in a week. Yeah, because it's on the 20th, and today's the 13th. So, on the 20th, which is next week, we will be having a cooking class with Chef Linda that is the cheese class. So it's like all how to make your own cheeses at home, all from, you know, plant-based ingredients. There's Kathy. I'd yell something, but I don't think she'd hear me. And so that is going on. You can get the info for that on our website. And of course, if you can't make it to that one live, or you want to catch recordings of any of Chef Linda's cooking classes, you can buy the recordings on our website. So don't worry if you missed out on anything. You can always get them. And what else am I plugging? Oh my gosh. Chronogrammies. So the Chronogrammies, again, are kind of like regional awards for different businesses and people and all kinds of stuff. Oh, there's Heather, though. Hi, Heather! Hi! Heather says hi. I hope we heard her. So we'll put the link to that in the chat here or there, wherever you look to find the chat on the thing you're watching this on. And so definitely vote for us for that kind of stuff. We are up for Best Kids Attraction, Animal Organization, and Environmental Activist for that one, Kathy, who's now off screen. And yeah, and then the last thing is, and I know someone mentioned this in the chat, I'm sorry, it was way back at the beginning, I don't remember who, but you can come and visit us! Yay! And this is, we'll also put this in the comments, in the description, wherever you find that. that we are having public tours on weekends. You do have to reserve in advance. Please do not just show up, because if you do that, we will have to turn you away. Okay? So sign up on our website in advance. We have a number of slots available on Saturdays and Sundays. There's... Hey, Kathy! Say hi to the people on Facebook.
Hello, Facebook people.
There she is.
Welcome to Catskill Animal Sanctuary on this beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
But yes, you do need to reserve in advance. Find that on the website. If you're a member, tickets are free. And if you are a member, you can still schedule some weekday tours and stuff. Also need to be registered for those in advance. So yes, you can come and visit. It's been so much fun having people around visiting again. It's been so much fun giving tours, and I know a lot of our folks who have come to visit have said that they're, regular watchers here on Virtual Sanctuary, in which case, like, hi, it's good. Thanks for coming. And if we haven't seen you yet, we will see you in the future. All right. So thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Hope to see you here, see your names pop up, I guess. But then maybe see you in person here at the sanctuary. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a wonderful day. We'll catch you here next week, 1 o'clock. And take care. Bye-bye, chickens. Bye, chickens.